So good afternoon to all. Please tell others to join fast. Okay, I'll share my screen now. Can you see the screen? Are you able to see the screen? Okay, okay, okay. I'll wait for one more minute. Please tell others to join fast. Okay. So in the morning, we were discussing about oral presentation. I'll just go through what I had said in the morning. Oral presentation and voice modulation. Then elements of voice modulation. There are 5 elements for voice modulation. So yesterday I think I had told you you should put the date in the margin and write down whatever you are listening to. Okay. So just write down the main points during each class. I won't be reminding you always. You have to write down the notes as usual. You should be ready with your book and you should put the date and write down the main headings and whatever you understand. If you are able to note it down, you should be able to, you should do it. Otherwise, you won't remember what you had studied in these classes. So yesterday we was uh, speaking about note taking, isn't it? So note taking is very important for you to be attentive in class. So just write down the notes which you see and which you understand. And I told you I will ask you to submit the notes and there will be marks for those notes. Okay. So first hour's notes, I hope you might have written down these main points. That is voice modulation, then elements of voice modulation. There are 5 elements: pitch, volume, pauses, tempo, and expression. Then we discussed about the tone of voice. And finally, we came to describing a process, that is the oral presentation process. And the first step while you're preparing for an oral presentation is to understand the audience. What category of people are going to listen to your oral presentation? You should identify the category of people, whether they are new to your topic or whether they are experienced people. Then, if they are experienced people, you can go to a much higher level of presentation. Otherwise, if they are completely new to the topic which you are going to present, then you should start from the very basics of what you are going to present. Okay, so you should understand the audience first. Then, after that, you should organize information into different categories. That is, whatever you are planning to take, you should organize it into categories. Don't just go through or don't just present without any outline. Just create an outline and divide whatever information you want to convey into different categories. That is, there can be 3 or 5 points or categories that helps audience to remember the points easily. So at least they will remember these categories at the end. So just organize your material into different categories or different sections. Like we have introduction section, then coming to the body of the section, then conclusion, etc. You can organize whatever you're going to speak. Depending on the topic, you can organize it into different categories. Then next is another way that you can attract people to your presentation is to build repetition. Build repetition means since this is oral presentation is a listening process, so the people who are listening, they might forget what you had said in the previous slides. So it is better that you should repeat what you have said always. So repetition will help people to remember what you are saying. So build a repetition means just repeat what you are saying. That is, listening is different than reading. So build repetition through internal summaries. That is, when whatever you had said earlier, you should summarize in between so that people remember the previous sections which you had delivered. And also, you should either summarize what you had said or you should provide transitions. Transitions means it is a continuation from the previous section to the next section. So before you go to the next section, provide a summary of the previous section. That is called transitions. I think we had covered transitions earlier in module 1. Transitions between sentences, transition between paragraphs, transition between sections, etc. So when we continue and when we start a new section, just summarize what we had discussed in the previous section, so that the listeners will be able to understand or follow the next section. If they were not listening to your previous section, if you're providing them the summary, then they will get an overall idea, and the next section they can continue without any blockage. Then uh, you should repeat using analogies. That is, analogous sentences are those which are similar sentences which you had said earlier. You can repeat analogies and also convey stories so that they will remember what you had said. So always, since this is a oral presentation is a listening process, and since we are only listening, it will be it is there will be a problem that you will be forgetting whatever you have listened earlier. And like if it is a 1 hour talk, at the beginning of the hour you might be listening well, but later you might be distracted. And so if the presenter is giving summaries in between, then the listeners will be able to follow up the next section. The next is introduction. So whenever you are organizing your material, there should be an introduction part. An introduction is introducing yourself. That is, before you start your presentation, you should present who you are. That is, introduce yourself, providing your credibility. Then create an effective opening to create interest in the audience. That is, after you introduce yourself, don't just directly go into your subject matter. Just you have to create an interest among the audience. And to create an interest among the audience, you can either begin with asking a question to the audience or giving some amazing facts, like some historical facts or something that is happening around you at present, or you can tell a short interesting story before you begin your uh, presentation. And these stories, these facts and questions, etc., they should be related to what you're going to present. Okay, so this will create an effective opening to the audience, and only at the audience gets interested, they will listen to the rest of your presentation. If at the initial time itself, if at the initial period itself, if they are going to lose, they are not going to understand what you are saying, then the whole session they will not be coming along with you. So just create an interest in the audience. Then after that, when you find that the people are ready to listen, reveal the importance of your topic to the audience, and then give a brief outline of the major points that will be covered in the presentation. So finally, after getting them into your subject, give an outline of the major points that will be covered in the presentation. And usually we keep a contents page in front of our book and all, or in before our project reports and all, we keep a contents page. In the contents page, we say what are the chapters involved, and also in these chapters, what are the subsections involved, etc. So that is an outline of that entire book in a single page. The contents page will summarize the entire book in a single page. Likewise, you will also have to summarize or give an outline of your presentation in a single slide and say that you are going to present all these topics. Okay. So that is about an introduction. Before going to the oral presentation, you should give an introduction and attract the audience towards your topic. And for that, you should give an outline of the topic, and then outline the major points to be covered in your presentation, and also give the importance of the topic to the audience. The next comes the main body of your presentation. After you have attracted your audience, after you had given a brief introduction to the audience, next is the main body of the presentation. And in this main body, it explains each point, whatever you had kept, whatever categories you have included, you are going to expand each category and explain each point, giving clear explanation and sufficient evidences. You should explain to the audience each point you keep in your slide, and also you should give evidences related to what you have, what you are explaining. Then use transitions between sections. So transitions, I said, it can be used between sentences, between paragraphs, between sections, etc. So use transition. Transitions are nothing but summaries between sections. If we want to move from one section to the next, we have to summarize whatever we had said in the previous section, so that the listeners will get a continuation to the next section. So those briefings are called, or summaries are called, transitions. And use transitions between sections of the presentation, and as well as at points in the main body. Whenever you're covering the main body, if you find that some summary is to be given regarding the previous topic, you have to summarize the topic, and those summaries are called transitions. Then use analogies and stories. As we said earlier, use analogies, similar sentences, similar facts, or stories related to your presentation to explain complicated ideas and to build repetition. So this will, people usually remember things through examples only. So if you give stories as examples, then they will be able to understand well, as well as that will retain in their mind for a longer time. So finally, after explaining your points, the last part is conclusion. So the last section that you should include in your presentation is the conclusion session, and that will signal the conclusion with a transition. Transition means a summary. You have to say a summary and conclude your topic. Then summarize your points. In the conclusion section, you have to summarize whatever points you had said. Then after giving a summary, you should refer to future actions that can be done based on your on the talk you had given. Refer to future actions, and finally end with a thank you. Always, this is a must. You should end with a thanks to the audience, because they were listening to you for a longer period, for some time, and they had spent some of their time to listen to you. So end with a thank you. Then finally, you can answer questions from the audience in a happy tone. Always use a happy tone when they ask questions. Be happy, and happy tone, it will encourage the audience to ask more questions. So always encourage the audience to ask questions. And so in order to, and if the audience need to ask questions, then you should happily accept the questions which they are asking and answer to the questions. Okay, so that is the conclusion part that you should consider. You have to give the summary, you have to refer to the main points, you have to end with a thank you note, and also you should ask the audience whether they have any questions regarding what you had conveyed to them. Okay, regarding the presentation that you had taken. So those are the main sections. And before going on to the presentation, one important section that should be done for an oral presenter is practicing the presentation. Finally, practicing, without practicing, you will not be able to complete the task easily, that oral presentation easily. So always after preparing a presentation, you should practice it well. And this is essential for figuring out the words and phrases that emphasize important points. You have to find out the words and phrases that are to be, that needs importance. So identify the words and phrases that emphasizes the important points. Then also note the timing, because sometimes presentations may be given just a few, it may be limited, that is, it may be given for half an hour or 1 hour. So if you're going to present, going to prepare a presentation, just limit your presentation within that particular time allotted to you. Otherwise, it may exceed the time and people may get bored. So just practice and see how much time that you are going to spend on completing the presentation. Then note the time of overall presentation. That is how much time you will be taking to present the entire thing. Note the overall presentation time. So to get all these values, you have to present. You have to practice. So only through practicing, you will be able to fluently convey what is being prepared to the audience. Is it clear to you? Hello? Are you listening to me? Okay, okay, Ashwin. So these are simple points, but if you follow it, then it will be easier for you while you're presenting your projects or presenting a seminar and all. So next I will be giving you an assignment. You have to select one topic, and then you have to prepare presentation slides and present it. Okay. So that will be one of your assignments. Those who are, you can use PowerPoint presentation slides, my Microsoft Word, or any other presentation slides, Google Slides, etc. And you have to prepare a presentation based on some topic of interest related to your subject, related to computer science. You can choose one subject. So write down this as an assignment in your notebook. I'll be dictating the question now. You just write it down in your notebook. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? So take your notebook and write this question in your notebook. I'm going to dictate one question. Write it down in your notebook. Hello, are you listening to me? Okay, so write down the question. Prepare a presentation. Prepare a presentation based on any topic of relevance. Any topic of relevance. Prepare a presentation based on any topic of relevance in computer science. Prepare a presentation based on any topic of relevance in computer science. So you can choose any topic in computer science and you can prepare a presentation. And write in brackets, maximum of 10 slides. A maximum of 10 slides. Include a maximum of 10 slides, not more than that. Whatever concept or whatever information you want to convey, prepare the matter and put it into just 10 slides, okay? And you will be given 10 minutes to present. Your duration of presentation is 10 minutes. Prepare presentation using 10 slides, and duration of presentation is 10 minutes. Sorry, not 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Duration of presentation is 5 minutes. You have to present this 10 slides in 5 minutes. Okay. Is it clear to you? Hello? Okay. So tomorrow I have an assignment hour. That hour I'll give another work. Anyway, from the next assignment hour onwards, you have to present this. Okay. Is it clear? Anyway, I'll give you 1 week before I'll inform you. You can start your presentation now. You can prepare your presentation and be ready. Okay. I will give you one day, not tomorrow anyway, next week or the coming week. Okay. So anyway, today I had given you the question. You can prepare it within 1 week. And I'm giving you 1 week's time. After that, I can ask you to present anytime. Maybe it may be during your theory class, or maybe I will arrange somebody else's class and tell you to present. So you should be always ready with your presentation. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Okay. So don't choose same topic, okay? If you're going to choose the same topic, if two of you are going to use, I want all 63 students to present 63 topics. I'll be writing down the topic. I want each and every one of you to be unique, okay? I want each presentation to be unique. Is it clear? Did you hear me? Okay. So, Anurag, you have any question to ask? Anurag? Okay, okay. I thought you want to ask some question. So you should be prepared with your presentation after 1 week. Now let me continue. So after practicing, so before you're going to present, you should practice, and that's why I've given you the time of presentation also. Isn't it? I had given you the number of slides to be presented, and also the duration of presentation is 5 minutes. That is also given to you. So to check whether you can finish it, you will have to practice and see whether you can finish the topic within 5 minutes. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Okay. So practicing is very important. Then after that comes presenting. After practicing, then you're going to present your matter. So as a presenter, make the audience feel comfortable and engage them with your presentation and materials. You can ask questions to the audience. You can tell stories, short summary, or anything related, any fact related to what you're presenting can be conveyed to the audience so that the audience feels interested in what you are presenting. So be a good presenter so that you can go through any interview or any GD that you have to face in future. So try to present well, learn to present, and keep all these points in mind when you prepare a presentation. Okay, so this is the entire presentation process which we were saying. That is, first of all, understand the audience, what kind of audience you are going to convey your information, or to whom you are going to present. You should identify first. Then you should organize information into different categories. Then Then you should build a repetition, and then building repetition, it will help. It will help people to understand what is being said. Then give an introduction, and you should, first of all, you should introduce yourself, and then create an effective opening to the audience by posing a question or saying some amazing facts or some interesting stories. Then you should convey the importance of your topic, then outline whatever you're going to say in one particular slide. Then finally, you go to the main body, explain whatever you can say, what are the important points should be explained clearly. Then finally, there will be a conclusion for your presentation. And then there will be a thank you, and the conclusion with a thank you slide. Okay, so there will be introduction, main body, conclusion, and thank you slide. Anyway, 4 slides I have told now, and the intermediate slides you should add it based on your topic. So the first slide, just note down, the first slide will be an introduction slide to your topic. Then you will have, first of all, before starting your introduction, you should introduce yourself. Then you should keep an introduction slide to your topic with the topic name and all, and your name, the presenter's name. Then you should include the contents page, and in the contents page, you should summarize whatever sections you are going to say. You have to include the contents page. Then after that, you have to go deep into the contents page. Intermediate slides you can include as you wish. And then finally, there will be a conclusion slide. And after conclusion, there will be a thank you slide. Okay, so around 5 to 6 slides I have told right now. And in between 4 slides, you have to add based on your topic. Okay. And see that when you prepare a presentation, your slides should be numbered. That is, you should number the slides. There will be option in PowerPoint presentations and all to include a slide number. So you should include slide number, which is very important when you prepare a presentation. Include slide numbers in your slide. Okay. Did you understand what I'm saying? When you prepare a presentation, you should include slide numbers. That option will be there in the application you are using, like in Word, in PowerPoint presentations, Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, or in Google Slides, whichever software you are using, there will be option to include slide number. Okay, so always include slide number. Then I said you should introduce yourself before starting. Then the first slide should be an introduction to your topic along with your name. Then second slide will be the contents page. And in the contents page, you should include the sections that you're going to speak. Then next, the other slides you can include in the contents page. You might have kept certain main categories. Each category you have to explain in one slide, 1 or 2 slides, and then finally you have to keep a conclusion slide. And after conclusion, there will be a thank you slide. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear to you? Or you can look at other templates available in the net also. Okay. Anyway, you have to summarize within 10 slides, and the 10 slide, and to convey the information in these 10 slides, you should take just 5 minutes. So practice well so that you will finish within 5 minutes. So, next is present. Okay, finally you're presenting to the audience. As a presenter, make the audience feel comfortable and engaged. That is, they should not feel bored when they're listening to your presentation. Make the audience feel comfortable and engage them with your presentation and materials. So frequently ask questions, frequently interact with them so that they are you can make sure that they are listening to you. So next is the presentation skills. oral presentation skills and public speaking skills. So now we are presentation skills. We have two sections to cover. One is oral presentation skills. That is when you are speaking to, you're presenting something to an audience, or you're trying to speak to a public. So you can present to a group of people, or you can present to a public. So what are these skills? What are the points to be considered when you are presenting? That is in oral presentation. It means, as I said earlier, it means delivering an address to a public audience. Oral presentation means it can be to a public audience, or it can be to a group of people. It is called public speaking or speech making, done in order to impart knowledge or to stimulate discussion. So in public speaking, often that presentation is carried out in order to impart knowledge to others, like in rural areas and all. We present topics related to hygiene or something related to diseases, etc. We make them aware of what is going on around. So just we are giving an awareness to the audience, and this such talks are known as public speakings. And in effect, it is a form of oral presentation. And this oral presentation, which when we are conveying to a public, it needs to have thorough preparation. There should be thorough preparation when we are conveying something to the public. So public speaking skills should, only people with good public speaking skills can communicate with a public audience. The next is steps in oral presentation. We had discussed the process earlier. The same process is summarized here as steps, because everything is oral presentation. So here it is summarized as steps. First is planning. First step in oral presentation is planning. That is, mistakes in oral presentation, they mostly happen because of lack of planning. If you are not planning your presentation, and if you're just preparing it with an easygoing way, then when you are presenting it to the audience, you can make mistakes. So mistakes in oral presentation mostly happens because of lack of planning. Hence, oral presentation requires good deal of planning. You should plan whatever things you should say. For each slide you prepare, you should plan whatever points you are going to say, or you should write it down in a paper, and then you can use it as a reference while presenting. You can note down the important points on a paper, and also you can present. Presenters usually keep a hand note if they want to, they want some guidance during their presentation. A small note in their hand. Then next is practicing. After planning, you should practice whatever you are going to say. This is essential in order to figure out words and phrases, and also the timing of different sections and overall presentation. The timing of the different sections and the overall presentation should also be practiced. Otherwise, in real presentation, you will be facing problems. That is, it might take more time, and it might exceed. If it exceeds the time, then listeners might feel bored. So practicing is essential in order to figure out what all words and what all sentences you should say during presentation, and also to find out the timing. Then the third step is presenting. So after planning, the first step was planning, then you practice your presentation, and third step, after you find that you're confident, after practicing, when you find that you're confident, you can confidently present, then the third step is presentation. And while presenting, make the audience feel, always make the audience feel comfortable while presenting and engaged, both with the presenter and the material of presentation. That is, you might be using some PPTs or PowerPoint presentations. Always make the presenter, make the listeners comfortable with, or the audience comfortable, and make them engaged with whatever you are presenting. And there are 4 principles. The principle of 4 C's should be followed during presentation. Principle of 4 C's. That is, the 4 C's are calm, confident, clear, and concise. These are the 4 C's that you should follow while presenting to an audience. That is, we call them as the 4 C's. And the principle of 4 C's, that is be calm, be confident, be clear, and be concise. Don't go on exaggerating what you're going to say. Always be concise. Convey in a few sentences, but convey the meaning. Also, you should be clear. Don't use the sentences or words which the audience cannot understand. Use simple language to convey information. So be clear, then be confident. If you are not confident, then the listeners will not listen, the audience will not listen to you. Always be calm. Don't be tensed. Always be calm. So these are the 4 C's that should be followed during public speaking or during oral presentation. That is, be calm, don't get tense, be calm and cool, start your presentation clearly, then be confident. That is, you should prepare your topic well so that you know everything. So that if you know everything, you will be confident in what you are saying. Then be clear. That is, always use simple and plain language to convey information, and be concise. Always convey information in a short way. That is, don't just exaggerate and go on speaking about the same topic for a longer period of time. Always be concise. These are the 4 C's to be followed while you are presenting. So follow these in your presentation also. I have told you that you should prepare presentation. So follow these 4 C's when you are presenting also. Okay, what are the 4 C's? What are the 4 C's? Principle of 4 C's in presentation. Anyone? What are the 4 C's in presentation? Can anyone say what are the 4 C's? Yes, typer. Clear, confident, calm. One more. Concise. Very good. Clear, confident, calm, and concise. Be calm, confident, clear, concise. Very good, Niharika. You put it in a single sentence. Be calm, confident, clear, and concise. Okay, so follow these steps when you are presenting also. Okay, now you have to prepare a presentation. When you present, you should follow these. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Okay. So now take your attendance. Don't leave, okay? Don't leave after saying your attendance. Please wait. Number 1,
Present.
you were absent in the morning, right, Abhinam?
Yes.
Where were you?
പുറത്തു പോയി മിസ്.
അഡ്വൈസറിനെ ഇൻഫോം ചെയ്താ ക്ലാസ് അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്യില്ലാന്ന്?
ഇല്ല പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല.
അപ്പം എന്തെങ്കിലും അത്യാവശ്യം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സാറിനോട് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് വേണം പോകാൻ കേട്ടോ ക്ലാസ് ടൈമില്.
ഓക്കെ മിസ്.
ഓക്കെ, നെക്സ്റ്റ് നമ്പർ 2. അറ്റൻഡൻസ് പറഞ്ഞോളൂ. 2, 3 പറഞ്ഞോളൂ, നിങ്ങളുടെ നമ്പേഴ്സ് പറഞ്ഞു. നെക്സ്റ്റ് നമ്പർ. ഓക്കെ,
4, 3, 5.
6. Number 6 absent. 7.
7.
Okay.
8.
Next number 8.
9,
10.
11, 12,
13.
14,
15.
16.
17.
Number 16. Absent. 17 present.
17.
Okay. Next number 18. Absent.
present ma'am, present ma'am,
18 present. Okay. 19.
19.
Okay. Next number
20.
21,
okay.
22.
Okay. Okay.
24,
Okay. Okay. 26? Okay.
27.
Okay. 28? Absent. 29?
30. 31.
32.
33.
34?
35.
34 present.
4.
Okay, okay. 36, 37?
37.
Number 37?
37.
Number 37? Absent.
38.
30. Okay. 39?
39.
Next.
40.
41.
Okay.
42.
43.
44.
45. 46.
47.
48.
49? 49 absent. 50?
51.
50 absent? Okay.
52.
53.
54.
55. 56.
57.
58.
59?
59.
60.
61.
61?
62.
Number 61?
61.
Present? 61? Okay. 62? Present? 63?
62.
63.
Okay. So absent is number 49, number 37. 49, 37. Number 27? 37. 37 present. Then 27?
27%.
Okay, okay. Then number 16. 16. 16. Absent. And number 6. Ajal. Absent. Okay. 6, 16. 49 absent. Number 6, 16 and 49 absent. So next our 7th hour you will be having physics lab. Okay. Is it clear? Did you hear what I said? Okay, okay, Teflon. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. You may join the next session. Okay.